guys. So we hit the like goal on that video. I know it's been a few days, but I've been trying to organize my office so it's somewhat presentable so that I can actually show it to you guys. Just a warning, office isn't very big. I ran out of room a long time ago, but I keep adding more stuff to it, so what you see is what you get. So, my wife's behind the camera, by the way, so we'll just go through a few things. I don't have a massive collection or anything like that. I've sold it off probably like 3 or 4 times, and so this is just me after buying more stuff again to fill up my shelves. So yeah, I guess we can go through, I guess, the top parts here. So, got Breath of the Wild, like Ultimate Collector's Edition or whatever that is called. The Link's Awakening Dreamer Edition up there. I have amiibos everywhere, as you can probably tell. I have Collector's Editions stacked on top of Collector's Editions and behind Collector's Editions. So yeah, I've got Akiba's Trip, 20th anniversary or 10th anniversary, something like that. Kandagawa Jet Girls sealed. I have a, what's this called? Senran Kagura Peach Beach Splash. The Puppet Galleon for Lunar Silver Star Story Complete. Cooper wouldn't sell me his, so I had to buy my own. Back here, I've got more amiibos. I basically only have, besides the one Zelda one, I have a bunch of Fire Emblem ones and some Monster Hunter ones. But there's a sealed Catherine, full body, Rune Factory 5. I just opened that and started playing it recently. It's pretty fun. I've got, that's my wife's Stardew Valley Collector's Edition, because she loves Stardew Valley. I have, I think, 3 total pop figures, including one on my desk. But there's a Mega Man Gold, and there's a Stan Lee, and then in the corner there's Cloud, is like a Final Fantasy Play Arts thing. Abby gave me this Horizon Forbidden West. It's basically just a case and steelbook because it, like, her collector's edition came with a digital code, and she just wanted the disc, and so she gave me that. But going on to like all my games here, I have a light so hopefully you can see it better, but it's like basically PlayStation on this side. Let's see, I don't have a lot of PS5 games, there's not a lot out that I would want anyways, but I got like 5 of these with my PS5 because I had to buy a bundle. But got Stranger Paradise, that's still sealed with the steelbook. Got Miles Morales, Ratchet & Clank, Kenna, Bridge of Spirits, Guilty Gear Strive, Ghost of Tsushima. I don't have the PS5 copy of Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. I'm waiting to get a sealed copy just because I already have it all digital. Like, and I bought the, where is it at? Final Fantasy VII Remake First Class Edition, which you'll see over on the other side of the office. But a bunch of PS4 games. It's mostly JRPGs. There's some, you know, some sealed stuff. I don't even own this game, but I had to buy this to buy, what's it, where is it at? This. Like, it was a bundle, and this was the cheapest option to even get the Final Fantasy VII Remake PS5 steelbook. Let's see, I got some more PS4 games here, and then more JRPGs. I got all the Tales of games, Ni no Kuni, and the steelbook. Let's see, Final Fantasy, a lot of Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts. This, I don't know if you can see this. I bought it from Double Jump back in 2019 for $15, and then it jumped up to like 60 to 70 or something like that. I think I had most of the Final Fantasy Collector's Editions available, like PS3, and then, like, if you look up here, also got the 10-10-2 HD Remaster for PS4, and I think there's more, but there's more Collector's Editions up there. But go to PS2 down here. I have a total of 5 or 6 Xbox games. Rock Band, which I got, but there's a drum set over there, but I still need to actually test it out. I got it for pretty cheap, so. Yeah, more Final Fantasy, of course. I got some Shin Megami Tensei stuff. I'm still looking to get the rest of the series. It's just some of them get extremely expensive, and these are the ones that we got like sealed in the store, so I was like, oh, I'll take those. And then What I like the most about my collection, besides my collector's editions, is my PS1 stuff. I've got Azure Dreams, Breath of Fire 3, there's no manual unfortunately, Chocobo's Dungeon 2, I'm missing Chocobo Racing, which we got on the store, but unfortunately it sold and it was like too expensive for me at the time, so I'll just wait for another one. Chrono Cross, Dragon Ball, the entire Black Label main series Final Fantasy set, Legend of Dragoon, and Lunar 1 and 2. This is missing a couple things to be like fully complete, but I basically pieced it all together with like the outer box, strategy guides, and all the inserts and stuff like that. I got Xenogears Vagrant Story. This is my soundtrack shelf. So those are all my soundtracks, minus like vinyls, which I have in another place. Non-Pokemon GBA games. I don't really have another way to display those, unfortunately. These are my Super Nintendo games. This is just where I had room to put them. But I've got Final Fantasy 2 and 3, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, Chrono Trigger, there's Earthbound, Super Mario RPG, which it's kind of hard to see because they're like tucked back there. Final Fantasy for the NES, and then I got this Ni no Kuni Collector's Edition I think you guys saw a while ago, that Ryan and Jess got a copy of that. And then go back to the top on the other side. I've got all my Switch stuff. I've got a sealed ReZero Starting Life in Another World, and then I have an opened copy that I got for way cheaper just so I could play it, and I wanted to keep this sealed because that game's like impossible to get for some reason. Obviously there's the perky little things which everybody at the store got. I mostly have JRPGs. Like I need to rebuy Final Fantasy X and X-2 because I gave my copy to my brother along with the Switch. Yeah, I've got Cadence of Hyrule, Catherine, Full Body, that one's also sealed. Bravely Default 2, Final Fantasy of course, Dragon Quest, Fire Emblem Warriors, and Fire Emblem Three Houses, Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, Hyrule Warriors, both of them, Kirby, Legend of Mana, Legend of Zelda, like all the Zelda games basically, Monster Hunter Rise, and I've got Monster Hunter Stories 2 over there, but you'll see that in a bit. All the Pokemon games, I have every single main series Pokemon game. Got double packs of these ones, Let's Go Eevee. I need to get the big box of that one at some point. Got Legends Arceus here, of course. I got most of the Mario games, I think. Rune Factory 4 special, and I've got both World Ends With You games. I'm waiting to play that, I haven't played it yet. I've got, like I said, every Pokemon game, so there's the rest of the Pokemon games along with all the Game Boy and the Japanese Game Boy ones. I've only got a few Wii games, which is just Final Fantasy, basically. No GameCube. I sold all of those a long time ago. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, I have every Final Fantasy game, including boxed copies of all the Final Fantasy Game Boy Advance games.
Over there?
Right here.
Oh.
And then also the Final Fantasy Legend 1, 2, and 3 and Final Fantasy Adventure. Those are like repro boxes that you can see on the left side. I have most of the Zelda games. Well, I guess not any of the earlier ones. Like, I don't have the NES ones. And I don't have, like, Link's Awakening. But, yeah. But I've got Oracle of Ages and Seasons right here, and I've got the DS games back there. I know it's kind of hard to see. Here, I'll take the camera over here. So, like I said, I have every Final Fantasy DS game as well. There's Chocobo Tales, Ring of Fates, Echoes of Time, 4 Heroes of Light, 12 Revenant Wings, 4 and 3, Spirit Tracks, Zelda Spirit Tracks, and what's it called? Phantom Hourglass, Chrono Trigger. I have every single copy of Chrono Trigger that you can buy. There's this boxed Super Famicom one. I've got Final Fantasy 4 and 5 boxed. Those are all my Super Famicom games. I cannot list them all for you because I just don't know. There's my manga down there, and anime and more manga down there, along with some handheld consoles. I do not like this setup because I have to reach by my desk or like go under my desk for a bunch of things. But we can get into the collector's edition now. So I do have collector's editions for Xenoblade 1 and 2 and Fire Emblem Three Houses and Xenoblade Chronicles X. I have Persona Q here. Persona Q2 is over there. I just really don't have space for it to be anywhere else. And like I said, I have collector's editions, behind collector's editions, behind more collector's editions. So every Final Fantasy collector's edition that I can think of, there's probably like a couple that I'm missing, but it's not many. I have 2 copies of Lightning Returns. I think Cooper and Ivy gave me this one, and then I bought this one. This one's still sealed, and then like 13.2's in here somewhere. I think that's still sealed. But here's Type 0 HD. The steelbook's over here. I plan on playing through that at some point. Let's see. But I have the Wii U, Twilight Princess HD, and this is I think one of the biggest boxes up here. The Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom. It's not a good game. Don't play it. It's not worth it. But more amiibos. Final Fantasy Cloud Player 2, and then the hero from Dragon Quest. And that's a fake Nendoroid for Mona or Morgana. I can't remember her name or his name from Persona 5. My friend made me this. She crocheted this for me. So that's why it looks like that, but I still love it. So we have World of Final Fantasy Collector's Edition. Behind that is my Persona 5 Take Your Heart Premium Edition. It has it's complete and everything. I got that because somebody bought the Persona 5 Royal Collector's Edition, which I also have. It's back here, so I have all the items out on display, including the Joker amiibo, and then there's the mask with the calling card, and then this is just a random patch. I think this is from God Eater 2. I don't know why it's here. But there's a plush. I think that's also a fake. It might not be, but here's more collector's editions. I have amiibos stacked behind these books. So there's Roy, Marth, what's her name? Anna. This is from Monster Hunter Stories. I got that from Abby and Cooper. And Monster Hunter Stories 2 Collector's Edition, still sealed. And then I've got Robin, which, if you didn't notice, there's a Japanese one over there, which I accidentally bought a second one. There's a Corinne, not the Player 2 one, not the expensive one. I have all of these opened. Well, I mean, they're still in their baggies, but the Final Fantasy VII blind box. I've got more of them somewhere else. But behind this fancy book thing is more amiibos from Monster Hunter Rise. But this, I don't know if you guys saw this. I was given this by, unfortunately I cannot remember his name, but he's coming to the store and like goes to Japan a lot, and I'm just really bad with names. I apologize. But yeah, he's like, hey, you can just take this. And I was like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah, go ahead. And these are the collector's edition strategy guides for Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9. And there's like really nice like artwork prints in there that I would like to frame at some point. This I bought from Colton. This is the Japanese collector's edition for Persona 5 Strikers, which they call Persona 5 Scramble. I already took the steelbooks out and put them on the shelf, so I just don't have room. Like I said, I'm going to replace this all with shelves at some point so I can actually display things nicely. I've got my sealed Shin Megami Tensei 5 Fall of Man Premium Edition, the Artanelka Koga and Catherine collector's editions. There's a Dragon Quest tote bag here. Final Fantasy 11 online with the hard drive. More strategy guides. I think most of these are Pokemon. I can at least turn this. Pokemon and Zelda. That's basically the only things I collect. Yeah, there's Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, Twilight Princess, Pokemon Platinum, Sun and Moon, more Sun and Moon. Oh, this is Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon? Oh no, these are just two different Sun and Moon guides. And more Sun and Moon, oh my god. And Black and White version 2. There's some JRPGs in here that I have, like Dark Cloud. But you can see this is where my Final Fantasy VII Remake First Class went. I have the box out in the garage. Luckily it's all protected and stuff because it came in this big outer box, so it's not, I don't have to worry about it getting damaged. But I've got Cloud on his motorcycle with the Cloud amiibo. Where here's the like normal deluxe edition that comes inside of it. I've got a lanyard here that I think I got from PAX or something like that. Here's the Shinra card. Here's the Cloud blind box figure opened. And then I've got a giant, well not giant, a pretty sizable Final Fantasy and Pokemon strategy guide and Zelda strategy guide set. There's more that I've yet to display, but we're not going to look at that. There's a box down here that I've been waiting to give to my friend. She lives like 2.5 hours away. But I've just been gathering things for when I go up there. I don't know if you want to look at the desk or not. This is my PC gaming. Here, let's see. PC gaming and streaming setup here. This is my fancy keyboard, which I don't think we showed off. We might have. I don't think we did.
Go clickety clack.
Oh yeah. Very fancy, very expensive. Abby also helped with that. I've got my PS1 with the LCD screen here. Got my Wii U. I have the Zelda one, of course. I've got my Switch OLED with this stand that I have the cable running through the back and just plugging into here, so if I want, I can just pull it off of there or just play it as it is. I've got my 3DS with a vertical charging stand. I've got my PS Vita with a stand. And here's my interface for my Shure SM7B that my wife and I share because she runs 2 podcasts and I stream occasionally. If you want to know my PC specs, you can go to my stream. Just, shameless plug there. But all my specs are listed there. Oh yeah. So back here, I've got a couple ads that I got from PAX. They're the same ad, but there's a front and back, so I just have them like that. It's not great, but it is what it is. My friend, the same one that was 2.5 hours away, gave me this, which is amazing. That's Chie from Persona 4. Got this clock, which I don't know if it ran out of batteries, but it's definitely wrong. But this thing I am super proud of. I bought this at PAX. There's like an artist area, and I saw this on there. That is the final scene from Final Fantasy 3 or 6, depending on which one you go off of. But he was selling this, and I had to have it, so I got it framed, and I've had it here ever since. So, and then I guess we could show off my messy consoles.
Don't judge.
Yeah, so here's our console area. Got the TV, 2 Xbox 360s, because I finally got one for the faceplate that I bought, and the Final Fantasy hard drive that I got. That's a Japanese PS2 down there. I've got my Rotron 5. I've still got to sort that area, obviously, but I've got my 360 that I've had for forever. That the Wii U, that obviously the Zelda gamepad goes to. That GameCube with a Game Boy player, and this custom painted Wavebird. Can't really see because I'm standing in the light, but it's a little dusty.
Now it's too shiny.
Oh. But it's like a metallic dark bluish purple kind of, and the receiver is also painted the same way. I had a Wii. It's modded, but it won't read any of the games anymore for some reason. I can't figure out why, so it's just sitting off in the corner. I have a Japanese PS3, the Final Fantasy one that I bought, down in the corner down there. Like I said, it's a mess. I got my PS5 down here, and the VR is up here for PS4. I got an adapter for that. And then charging stuff, Joy-Cons. I got the Zelda Joy-Cons and Monster Hunter Joy-Cons. So, and then my PSP, I have it set up so I can hook it up to my TV and play games off of it. And then this is for my son's Switch. So, whatever he's not using it, he can charge it in here. But yeah, that's basically it. I'm not going to show the other side of the office.
Oh my
that's
god,
my
no.
So yeah, thank you for, I guess, liking the video. So you guys really wanted to see this for some reason. But yeah, it's not much, but I'm happy with it. As you know, still need to organize a lot of stuff. But yes, thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Check out my Twitch if you really want to.